Hello friends, welcome to Juani's Garden. My name is Juani. Today I want to share with you a method I use to plant at no cost to me. Of course I buy seeds and those do cost me, but I also use a lot of cuttings from the vegetables that I do buy at the store. Let me start with celery. So with your celery, I use my celery up to this point. And I remove the excess branches because I don't want to put so much in the water that it won't allow it to root. I did this about 2 days ago and I cut it flat. As you can see, it's already starting to grow. Some celery leaves here, no roots yet, but it is in the water. A few days later, you'll start to see that it branches out into growing leaves and you've got roots. Once you've got roots, it's ready to go in the garden. So I have grown most of my celery this way, believe it or not. Another one that works good for me is kale. So let me show you one that I've just started. So I put these little branches, little stems in the water. If the water turns cloudy, that means they're not going to make it. And it starts to smell as well. And if you look at the bottom of it, if it looks wet and soft, it's not going to make it. These are fresh, I just put them in. These all went in at the same time. So once you see that it starts to get dark at the bottom, that's a good indication that it will make it. But these still have no roots. So this is one that has been in the water a little bit longer. And as you can see, it already has grown. It started to develop and here's your root system. Here's a root already starting to grow. It's got 2 little roots. So these are ready to go into the ground. Another one that is super easy is cabbage. And this is just, again, it's from your cabbage. You just take the centerpiece, which is the root. Look at the massive root system that this one is growing. You put it in water, and once it goes into the ground, it will grow as a cabbage. Here's another little cabbage that I have. And again, look at the massive root system that this is growing. We have one that has done very, very well for me is spinach. This is longevity spinach. And longevity spinach is rare where I live. I couldn't find it anywhere. I found out about longevity spinach from John Kohler, growingyourgreens.com. And when he talked about the benefits, the beauty of it, the deliciousness, it's a really, really tasty spinach. I became obsessed and I wanted it and I wanted it and I looked everywhere. I couldn't find it. So on another episode that John Kohler did, he explained that you don't really find the seeds, that it's rare. So then he says you have to buy them from someone and you buy the cuttings. So I did just that. So my husband went online. Do you remember, Daddy, when you were on the hunt for my longevity spinach? The hubby is the videographer. He's on the other side of the camera. So then my husband did his homework and he found them and he purchased for me 3 little stems. We paid like $10 probably for them. When they arrived, and it was about a year ago, I got 3 little stems, no leaves, just 3 little stems wrapped in cloth, in a wet cloth, and I thought, how am I going to grow this? So I put them in water. I waited until the roots grew and then I put them out in the backyard. And this plant is amazing, amazing, amazing. It grew 3 little bunches, gave me a massive growth of spinach. So then the winter came, this is last year. And I was thinking, how am I going to preserve my spinach? I really don't want to be buying it every time I need it. And so if I want to regrow it, and then I remembered, well, I purchased the stems, why not save the stems? So look at the beauty. Let me show you one. This is the most recent. We ate spinach the other day and I saved all the little stems. These are barely starting to grow roots. Some of them don't even have roots yet. Like this one doesn't even have a root yet. But this is such a good and beautiful plant that rarely fails. It rarely fails. This is one that it's been here for a while longer, and look at the beautiful root stem, root growth right here. All of these are going back into the garden. So usually when I put them in the water, it's just the stem, no leaves, just the stem, and it starts. You can see over here where I had cut the leaves. So when I cut my longevity spinach, I just cut the leaves, put the stem back in the water, and then they end up growing more leaves, even just in water. So these are going back into the garden. Here's another one. This one has been here for a while also. You can see it has a good amount of roots. And I get spoiled because really I should have put them in the garden a lot sooner. But I get spoiled because since they do grow in the water, I can just cut leaves from here and eat them, and then it grows again. Look at this one. Incredible root system. And more and more. So you can see that we've been eating a lot of spinach because all of these at one point we ate, and they're all growing their roots. So this is how I regrow most of my garden. Of course I do buy seeds, but with peppers I save my seeds and I plant them. I have a lot of seeds and they grow. Tomatoes, the same thing. So with tomatoes I've done two things, and I wanted to show you just so that you can see. Here's a tomato, one little tomato, and look how many seeds you can harvest from there. See, a lot of seeds. So you can harvest your seeds right out of the tomato if you'd like, onto a napkin. These are tomato seeds. I'm not even careful with them, look, tomato seeds. This one here is from a black tomato, and I put it on the skin of an orange. I didn't have a napkin on hand. All I have to do to reconstitute these is just wet it, put them in the ground, it will grow. And this is also black tomatoes. So, and again, these are just right out of the tomato. There's another way that you can harvest your tomato seeds, and look how different this one looks. If you compare this to this, and they're both tomato seeds. These I washed and I wiped and I dried. It's a different method of preserving your seeds. They both work. I have a lot of tomatoes growing in the backyard. I have a lot of tomatoes growing in the front yard, and both methods worked. So just want to encourage you, you don't have to spend money. You can use money you spend on the vegetables that you eat, replant them. All it takes is a little bit of patience, a container, and water. So I wish you happy planting. Thanks for visiting the channel. See you again soon.